Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back into Peaky Blinders. This is season 4, episode 4. This one's called Dangerous, and you don't say. This season? No, it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll end at a carnival having some cotton candy, and I'm ready, willing, and able to find out.
I don't see any cotton candy or carnivals happening in this particular episode, not with the way things left off after episode 3, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen with all of our characters, especially after the last episode, and this whole season of season 4 has just been an absolute wild ride. Bring on some more shit. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
With more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees.
Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free. Unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
Oh, it's her.
Oh,
the mom.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Is she going to give him the heads up, or is she going to try to lure him into the trap?
I thought I would invite your brother, Arthur.
He's going to know it's a trap, though. He's got to know. He's got to know.
Red flag alert.
He should come at midday.
Your house midday tomorrow, all right. One of us will be there.
It ought to be Arthur.
Just laying it on a little thick.
Yeah. He sees right through it.
Oh, Mrs. Ross.
Right there.
So is he going to send Arthur and then send extra people like they did at the funeral? Oh.
Ooh. Dude.
Got a lot going on.
So I can't help but notice the song. They're playing a song called Snake Oil. Snake Oil. He knows. Oh, I could never pull off one of those hats, but sometimes this show makes me want to try.
Well, you should try new
Oh,
things.
we're getting these scenes. I see right through you.
Well, I can't say that I blame her.
At midday today, Arthur will be here.
Now, here we go.
Like a
Oh,
ghost.
my.
Sign up for the side, Arthur. Yeah, Lord.
Dear Lord, forgive me.
But did Luca really think this would work?
Well, maybe the Italians know that if they invite Arthur, it's a double trap.
That's
Artillery Square.
That's the art of their cat and mouse this season.
Luca knows if they invite Arthur that they'll be ready for this, and then they'll be ready for what the Shelbys are ready for.
You still know what end the bullets come out of, Tom?
He knows. But these men coming for my brother, believing him to be unarmed, unprotected.
It's a double trap.
So this is my business. Arthur, let's go.
No, the Italians are too
Look alive,
smart.
soldier.
Yeah, but they made a point of it last episode that they can use her to lure someone over.
It's too smart.
Thank you for the invitation.
Don't allow firearms in the house.
It's a good thing I'm not carrying a firearm then, ain't it? This is yours.
Do you mind if I check?
No.
It's a double trap.
Come in.
Which one of you said that she's probably the one to do it, I think you guys are right because she is still
She's
incredibly
trembling
nervous.
and she's shaking.
It's one thing just to lure someone there, but to execute
Would you
part
like some
2 of that.
tea while we
Oh,
wait,
she put
Mr. Shelby?
iocane powder in the tea.
What are we waiting for?
The other guests.
She's shaking a little bit more
God.
for teapot.
Oh my.
No way it's this simple.
There's gonna do something.
Well, it
with
could
that
be
car.
a decoy. Yeah, see? Got some more guys coming from another side.
Oh, guys, the tension here.
Oh man.
It's like, let's get on with it.
Kid needs to get in Finn. Oh my. Hold on.
He was told be a man.
Like to back out now.
Yeah, mate. I'll stay asleep, mate.
Oh, it's guy's having her wedding.
He's going to realize he almost took out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, not back it up.
No, Johnny, fire! Move!
This is backfiring so.
Who they really going for?
Michael. Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh,
Holy shit.
goes the security.
If you're here in 1 hour, I swear to God, I will cover you in tar and in feathers.
Dude, this actress is just
Yeah.
nailing the
Yeah.
terrifying
Well,
aspects of this.
We wondered why she was cast in that one season, and now it makes sense.
Or we're going to lose Michael.
No,
Holy
no way.
shit.
I bet you Paul got to him.
My family say it brings death. Maybe that's what happened.
Or does he want to remind them
Well,
how
it's just-
easy it is?
Just
No.
No.
He wants to remind him.
No fucking way. Ah, it's drawn out too long. Oh,
What happened, Nate? What happened?
They heard you coming. The gun was fired. They ran away.
Johnny!
Now Michael's lying.
Michael's lying.
You all right? You hurt?
Oh,
He doesn't want to rat out his mom. Holy
well, he
shit.
still wants probably answers first.
Sworn date 333.
That's my only thought, is that
Listen,
Michael
only
wants
go-
answers
only
first.
calling in 4 minutes. Tell them the Italians are on the road south. Rolls Royce, maybe 2, black. Tell them to expect a full complement of men. We inflicted no casualties. I said we inflicted no casualties.
gosh, we're not even 20 minutes in.
That was intense. Love it.
That's
Love it.
the most intense 20 minutes we've ever had of this show.
Oh, look at this.
Che cos'è?
Sembra che ci sia un ostacolo, signor Giangretta.
Well,
Happened to happen on the bridge.
So why don't you clear it so that we can get past?
What's that accent?
We're Americans. We're here on business, so
Well, you're gonna have to wait.
just wait.
What's this? Whose wagon is that? They're gypsies. Tribe of fucking gypsies.
Let's go.
As soon as he heard
Yeah.
Find another way
gypsies.
out of here.
Oh, they're gonna block all the roads. They try to get out.
Kind of like in 6x16 Walking Dead.
The driver's Dunzo.
Yep.
how did the driver die? Oh, he slit his throat. Nice. Why?
Oh, Mr. Gold.
Don't even know what they're shooting
spray,
at.
just spray it.
Oh,
Spray
got him.
and pray, huh? Spray and pray.
Put the guns down! Put the guns down!
That's That's enough
Yeah,
on you.
I don't trust gold worth of shit after that. Nope.
He spared me. He said, tell your mum that we have a deal.
Oh,
You never forgave him, did you?
We're out of our league.
Well, there's some truth to that.
No, we don't do that to her.
I think if it wasn't for me, you'd be smoke blowing out of a mortuary chimney. Think about that.
I still believe, folks, that she's doing it for the best. She wouldn't turn on family. I can't believe it. Denial, I know. Potentially.
You let him get away. When our paths cross, I won't be so careless.
And when will your paths cross?
Soon.
That was curious that Luca didn't get taken out. They had a lot of opportunity. They could just let
Well,
that car
they
off.
didn't even get
shoot
the
right.
other guy, though, that was in the back either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
they
saw
missed.
him. Like, I think he wanted to take out the copper. He just, his aim was a little off.
No, I think
just
he
got
got
it.
I think he was right about sending a message
Yeah.
that they'd have the
Well, I know.
Italians underground. And,
I get that, but
yeah.
I was trying to say maybe his aim was off.
oh, look who's back.
here.
I knew this wasn't over. That didn't take any sort of.
Times are hard in case you hadn't noticed.
I hope your insistence that I take a boat rather than a cab from the station wasn't purely for your own amusement.
Oh, for the avoidance of death or kidnap?
Good morning, Lady Carlton.
I'm not a lady.
To your right, Charles.
Oh, boy.
You've lost your wife, and now your brother too. I thought it would make you different.
Well,
But it doesn't seem to change you. Nothing seems to change you.
just makes them get in deeper.
Not in front of people has it changed him.
Oh, he was reaching for his piece. You see that?
Speaking of the Grace Shelby Foundation, I'd like to make a donation. I'll leave it blank. You can decide how much, Mr. Shelby.
Oh, jeez.
Then perhaps Lizzie can pop to the bank and pay it in for me.
Oh, what a shot. Ouch.
What a power play.
I'll poison gin when I make myself. From my father's recipe, distilled for the eradication of seemingly incurable sadness. Could have put that on the label.
I'll book myself a room.
Already done. The Midland, sweet. Stay there myself sometimes.
Sometimes it's where you stay.
A little smirk. Oh.
Why, she's still here. Something to do with the coal miners, apparently.
Oh, today's your lucky day, sir.
Man, poor Lizzie.
Yeah, she just.
Gents, get your bed, son. No more big
We're gonna see Linda doing
Yeah,
some
Linda
work.
right there
Oh,
on
she
the
was right
phone.
there, but I was wondering if we're gonna get like the.
Oh, boy.
Smallheath 552.
Mrs. Gray, I want to illustrate to you that at any time we can reach your son. And we'll kill your son if you cannot deliver Tommy Shelby as you promised. You just tell us where and when, and we'll do the rest.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, Paul, did you? No, she probably did. I mean, it can't be that easy as, well, I'll just give him up.
Yeah.
You guys just find him and do whatever.
It's not like she can just shoot bro a text either. You know, it's, oh, by the way, he's here. Go there now. It's got to be set up.
What?
But this,
£10,000. She left it blank, so I filled it in for her.
Lizzie.
I'll read tea leaves if you go and get Tommy's diary.
Done. Oh, well, she's been,
She's had a.
probably been going for a while. All right, how does she read these?
Of course, that's what it means.
Make sure Tommy keeps that Friday free.
Oh, shit, she's not pregnant, is she?
Tell him I have an appointment for him. And then go and see a doctor about that baby in your tea leaves.
Oh! That's what I was thinking when I saw it, too. Unbelievable.
didn't see that.
Okay, Quinn. Mr. T reader, leave
Right
reader.
there is even more that Paulie won't take another layer. Holy shit.
Well, Paul, yeah. Give me another one. I'm finished with this guy.
He works hard. He's game. I need to work on his defence. Right now, his left hand is just good for wanking.
Why, is he ready?
Is he even registered?
He is now.
Put him down as a welterweight. Midlands Division, amateur turning pro. Just need your counter signature.
I'm going to say no to you, boy.
And smile. Gold smile.
I'm gonna go for booty skirt. See you with callous on the boat on your John. Fast out of Camden Town. Boy's name is Goliath.
That's it.
Curly and May.
I told you guys I'm worried about Curly.
Shut up.
Man, give it a rest.
Stop.
If you had any sense, Mrs. Carlton, you'd get out of here now. Curly can sail you to Snow Hill Station, hidden in the coal sacks.
I said I would wait.
The man you're waiting for doesn't exist.
Oh boy.
What a line.
And it doesn't exist. Would you like to try some of his gin?
A little comedy relief.
But wow, the man you're waiting for doesn't exist.
What is this, a hobby?
No, not really a time for hobbies. This is more of a place where I try things out.
My laboratory.
Decided I'm going to be stuck here in Small Heath.
What year was
as well as something useful.
It's I can't remember. They did so many time jumps, but close to 19.
Or if they'd be shipping it to the U.S. during Prohibition.
Maybe.
I think it's close to 1930.
Since the start of Prohibition,
it's in the 1920s, I thought.
Single malt.
There we go.
That's the start of Prohibition.
Yep.
To Boston, to Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Okay. History buff.
When we're up and running, we'll produce over 200 gallons a week. But before then, I need to get my recipe right.
This is bottle 198.
I think during Prohibition, you could probably send over whatever you got.
Whatever you wanted.
The truth. You're unlike any man I've ever met.
Yep.
The gin.
Thank you.
Too sweet.
Oh, man. Too sweet.
Sweet.
Just don't get her hurt. So now we got to worry about May, Lizzie, Linda.
We got everybody.
Well,
everybody he's involved with is at risk at this point.
Every episode's a
I'm not worried about Curly or Charlie.
Except for Curly.
You bite like your horse.
I don't trust taxis anymore. Come with me.
Well, I mean, you gotta
I was hoping she would just grab the bottle.
One more for the
I
road.
thought she'd go for the bottle too.
Yeah, it's still too sweet.
Here's your carriage. You can catch the 7:15 train.
I thought it was a strike.
Gave you that idea.
My God.
Too bad I can't help.
Jeez.
Losing occasionally makes me worse.
And she's not going to stay?
Nope. This is what's best. Let's get her to safety.
I'd like to buy you a drink. I'm afraid the pubs around here don't allow unaccompanied female drinkers. I'm sure we'll be fine. I know you from somewhere. I'm Ada Thorne, formerly Shelby. I've a settlement proposition that my brother's too arrogant and proud.
Here's the offer.
Let's see what it is.
Drinks.
What are you up to? Sorry, ladies, we don't.
Have an open chair. Have a seat.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Yes. Sorry. What are you drinking?
Beer, pint, and a whiskey on ice.
I'm afraid we don't have ice.
Next time, make sure you have ice. This pub's come to our attention for its lack of ice.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. There'd be an open seat.
Have my table.
She's got some pull there, huh?
I best be on my way.
God, are you serious? My brother's a bookmaker. Bookmakers hedge their bets. Sometimes long shots come in. And because we emptied his buses today, he thinks we are among the runners and riders. Beneath it all, my brother's a very rational man. And beneath all what? You mean beneath the beatings, the cuttings, the shootings, the murders? Yeah, beneath all that.
yeah, beneath all.
Tell your brother that when we take power, all means of production will be owned by the workers. Essential industries will be taken into state control. Birmingham Town Hall is a rather beautiful building and we plan to preserve it. What else does he need to know?
Yikes. Ada's trying.
He's suggesting dinner in a scrap metal yard. Said you'd appreciate the sentiment. If you don't show up, the offer of parity is withdrawn. This is not how you conduct union business. We must all make personal sacrifices for the good of the good old cause, right?
Just the delivery. I mean, come on.
That Ada crushed it. Both these actresses crushed it.
And we're going to need everybody to be on your A game 100% of the time, every episode, every scene.
Yep, without fail.
We got it. We're good.
I was gonna say he's in the credits, and it's been a while.
It's due. He's due to making his appearance. There he
It
is.
smells pig around here, doesn't it?
Don't it?
First line. Just
Definitely not kosher. I'm a small thief. You will go to hell. Eating.
Dude, each scene they're making him look progressively worse.
Yeah.
He looks like he's grown since we left London. He's like a mushroom, isn't he? He grows in a jar.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, well, place is a shithole. Yeah, so why don't you just knock yourself out?
Okay, he was standing on the car.
Yeah.
But still.
So that might be Goliath, that he's got a box.
Ishmael, please, will you hit the call of prayer?
The call of prayer.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, the scenes between these two never disappoint, and we're just
he just
starting.
keeps on it.
Only half it.
Yeah, it is. It is. How come everybody's in fucking bed?
Oh, this must be Goliath.
Hey.
Yep.
Let me introduce you to David. So, boys.
Assume that David's out of bed. Rum and gin. There's a gin. Right, it leads to the melancholy, whereas rum, it incites violence. And it also allows you to be liberated from the self-doubt. I hear you're probably more in need of the old rum at the moment rather than gin, mate. That shit will rot your pipe work. You bastards only understand one language.
It's all right, Sophie.
Look at his face.
You blink too much, all right? You smell of smoke and coal and horses, all right? You were back where you belong, Tommy.
I know you don't touch it, but you have a good nose.
All right, well, you've got to ask yourself seriously, though, you know, did I even want to piss and shit indoors? Or was I actually born, you know, to defecate in the fields? Class, and my religion is quite similar, actually, because you just cannot wash it out, all right, because it come out of your mother's tits. The Americans want it sweeter.
She said it was too sweet.
Alfie? I heard a cop got shot. Who shot him?
Mark Kestrel.
All right, up the stakes. Very good. In Sabini for vehicles and for places to stay.
And reinforcements?
They know Sicilians and they don't trust nobody and go on the morning of their first pubic hair. They got traditions. Enough to drop a bounty, wrap his balls in an OBE till they fell off.
Which side are you playing for, eh?
You know.
Come here. Can't believe our coppers are unarmed. They can distill their liquor, and it's against the law. They've come here and they like what they see. They're coming and they're here to stay.
Mr. Shelby, come to talk prayers for the fight.
Your Kestrel. I am the uncle, the protector, and the promoter of that thing right there. Right. That there, right, is the Southern Counties welterweight champion. He is of mixed religion, therefore he is godless. He was adopted by Satan himself before he was returned out of fear of his awkward.
Does he look like a welterweight?
Due to his lethal dimensions. His mother, terrified, just abandoned. And there he stood before you like the birth of some brand new species. Any man that you put before him, right, it'd be like entering a threshing machine, mate. Now, will you offer your son?
Name the day, Mr. Shelby.
Oh, it's on now. Oh,
man.
Uh-oh. It's Friday here already?
Is it Friday the 5th?
Kept his schedule open.
Drinks with somebody, horse racing.
Duke of Northland.
I like how she put the black star.
He's in the hospital now. I wonder if Michael's going to say anything.
So you finished for the weekend, Tommy? Yeah. Mother wants me to go to the foundation. Prize giving. Just you? Just me. Why? No reason. No reason. No reason.
Michael, look at it too. He's clenching his jaw.
Mm-hmm. For the last time, unless you say something.
Have a good weekend.
Oh. Played.
Was that the look?
That's
Is that a look?
That's code. Or not. Guys, this show's just exhausting me. Not in a bad way, but just like...
No, he's thinking.
Well, because you want true false questions. This is giving you multiple choice.
Come on, answer.
It was back in 32 when times were hard. He had a Colt 45 and a...
Oh.
He wore rat-drawn shoes and a...
How are they going to end this episode?
2840 had payments on that steadily.
He's going to get followed. Yeah.
Yep.
They are heavily armed as well.
Oh. Watched it go down.
Oh, I knew it.
Misdirect.
I know. She fed Tommy to the lions. One of us has to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 1,000% Aunt Paul is feeding Tommy to the lions. That's what I'm going to go with. Folks, I might be right, I might be wrong, but I got to know what you were thinking at this point in time when you watched it, because I'm convinced now with that look. Michael didn't say anything. Oh, unbelievable.
He said,
Tommy's on edge.
Have a good weekend.
If you get me, if you get the meaning. Oh, we'll see. Well, it goes to show that I think in this episode, if Tommy was going to catch a clue like that, and I thought they were kind of deliberate. Look, they've been holding the camera on Cillian's face and his eyes a lot in the last couple episodes, and it's all been telling us something. So, did he get Michael's meaning? He may have, only because they made a point earlier in the episode when Tommy was in his office and Lizzie kind of barged in, like he reached inside his coat for his piece. He's on edge and he's jumpy, and I think he's hyper aware of anything that's slightly out of the ordinary. Maybe he's catching on to it, but you're right, Oak. This episode it just wore me out. It's just like, in a good way. There was so much going on, so much world-class acting, a ton of plotting. Sabini, I can't believe, or not Sabini, God, I'm going back too many seasons. Luca, I can't believe Luca got away, on the bridge to begin with, and now we're in this situation here where he's in the truck following Tommy. Now, look, it's going to go one of two ways. Either Aunt Paul really did sell out Tommy, like I'm kind of thinking. Tommy's going to find a way out of it and is going to confront Aunt Paul about it. Or, like Aunt Paul said to Michael, paraphrasing here, sometimes the men can't see the forest through the trees, that sort of thing. And Aunt Paul has this all rigged to take out Luca because, look, Luca still threatened Michael. He still threatened her son. So I think there's a chance that Aunt Polly could be sending Luca to his demise. Look, they're tightly packed in that truck. What a better way than to have them go down an alley, get caught. If you got a crossfire right there, on to the next season is what it could be. But we'll see. This was an outstanding episode. And I guess we're going to have to wait and see where it goes from here, but an absolute banger. I don't know if your guys' minds changed about where you thought Aunt Paul was at the end there, but
it just hit me. It just hit me. Just follow for a second.
Floor's yours.
So Tommy doesn't trust anybody in the hospital. Italians got people in the hospital.
Got people
right?
everywhere.
So Paul, she's going to give Tommy to Luca, right? They have code language. So Tommy is at the hospital. Paul's got Luca set up to follow them, to go by the thing. Now, Tommy knows somebody in the hospital is going to be listening. So he says his code words to Michael. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to this thing. Michael says, by yourself. Tommy says, yes. Now the person listening from the Italians, this is the green light. And then Michael says, have a good weekend. That's the code that now's the time. So it's another double setup.
I feel like they would have let us in, though, if Tommy was in on the job with Aunt Paul and Michael and everybody.
No,
I feel like they maybe would have let us know and that they were planning that.
They've done it before where they've not shown us anything.
Tommy knew there's people in the hospital. The Italians got people in the hospital because we saw the girl that knocked away Michael's bag.
Took his bag.
And so Michael knew that the nurse in the hospital took Michael's bag that had the pistol. So they know that the Italians have people in the hospital, okay? Good. Well, they at least did because they had the girl take away Michael's bag. So they know that they are listening and they're watching Michael's room and probably listening to Michael's room 24/7. So by Michael saying to Tommy, what do you got going on? I'm going to this charity thing all by yourself. Yup. Have a good weekend. That's like Michael letting Tommy know that they're listening because Michael would know that the nurse is there. But the nurse thinks that Michael and Paul are on their side. So this is 100% a setup by Paul and Michael to do the old double trickery.
It was interesting, though, that Tommy was asking Alfie what side he's on, kind of saying, look, if the mafia takes me down, they're going to come for you. They're going to come for Sabini. They're going to come for all of England.
Well,
so that was interesting.
He saw the cops don't walk around with guns. He made all the good reasons of why they would want to stay.
Isn't it a little?
That's why I think Tommy's not in on it with Paul, as you were saying.
Okay, but
he wouldn't be going around asking
everybody. Isn't it a little
everybody.
convenient that the episode where Tommy would need a lot of muscle is also the same episode that Alfie shows back up? Now, granted, he's got his gin business and they're always doing business and they're setting up the fight. So there's other things. This could be the storyline. We're setting up the fight.
Remember, Americans think it's sweeter.
Like right there, have a good weekend. They held his face way too long there.
Yep, they've been doing that.
He doesn't even say
season.
thank you or anything. He knows. And those two right there know that there's somebody in the hospital listening. Look, Michael watched the girl take away his gun. Yes, so you know the Italians have people in the hospital. Yep. They're probably in that right there. Or was that the
No,
one
they were in
No, they're in
the
the one across the street.
He's walking back
the
to you
blue
right
one,
now.
like the JB and
Yeah, 'cause
Sons
this
or
car's here.
something.
The JD car was
Yeah,
right here.
it was
and
across
then
the
it takes off
street.
there.
Yep.
They know.
That's
He
just
knows.
maybe where Paul was hiding, and like
He
I have
knows.
to have my dramatic look as they drive away.
To
Right
throw
now,
off the audience.
just throw off the audience. You know.
I know. I don't trust anybody.
No, I
So
mean
they're right there.
Yeah, they're in that JD Groves,
JD Grover. Or
Groves and Son.
and Sons. Yeah.
But yeah, another great episode, obviously, as well. Big bombshell too that Lizzie is now pregnant, more than with Tommy's.
Well, it wasn't confirmed.
It wasn't confirmed, but hey, if I know how to
baby in the
read,
future.
if I know how to read tea leaves like I do. Well, actually,
half
Mason
as good
Quinn.
as I do.
Actually, Mason Quinn is the one who said it. He's the tea leaf reader of the group, and he read it the same as what Paul did. And what I love is like they do have rear view mirrors, but like for Tommy to be like down the street just seeing Paul, like imagine he looks in the mirror, he's like, what's Paul just sitting on the sidewalk smoking a heater?
Probably would have thought she was just there visiting Michael, so it might not have raised.
But
too big
no,
of
it was just kind of a funny idea. But yeah, then we got to see Goliath, how big Goliath really is, and like you even said, welterweight does not look like a welterweight.
come on.
Wait, but hey, Bonnie's scrappy. He's scrappy.
Well-
and all of the guys' 30 years of training, he hasn't seen someone like that.
We've seen Snatch too. Size doesn't matter.
Like fight like a dog. Get that dog.
Dags.
But yeah, and then also like I love the fact that we're made like even flat out told Tommy, you know, you lost your wife, you lost your brother, but yet it seems like you haven't changed one bit. Now I don't know if he'll make the cut or not. We've seen though when he's been by himself how broken of a person he is,
Gotta
and how
have some.
it has affected him, and how like even he saw like Grace when he was with different women as well. We saw that, but he makes sure that he always shows to everyone else that he's still the same. I don't want to say ruthless per se, but ruthless business. But he's still the same businessman he always been since the war. Because like he even said, none of us came back from the war. Like he said the last episode, which I think definitely carries over to this. And then how about Mrs. Ross and Arthur? Dave said it. Obviously, I'm going to second it. She did a great job in that scene for acting like totally scared. She's shaking. She has a tear coming down her eye, talking to Arthur about, oh, I thought you've accepted Jesus. I thought you're a changed man and everything like that. And I love how then it came back to Arthur with Finn saying it's not you or I that decide. It's God. It's just a flicker in her mind. Maybe it's a switch.
Flip the switch.
Just flip
Become
the switch.
somebody else.
So maybe like when he turns his hat around. It's serious oak. That's I need a bank loan oak. So that, but I love that little back and forth with them because, like I said last episode too, Finn has to be a man, and like you saw that he almost took out quite possibly the wrong guys.
Wedding guys.
They're ready for their wedding, and they looked like they could possibly hit. He could have did something totally horrible, but he's got to try and get over that fact. I think he's going to come in clutch at the end of the season. Book it.
Book it.
So much has happened in this episode. From where we started versus where we ended, I feel like it was night and day. And I feel like we just watched a movie, at least for me, because that's how much information came at us.
It felt like two separate episodes. The first
It
and the
really
second
did.
half.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, we started super high intensity with Arthur in what was going to happen, but it was a decoy of Luca basically accepting the terms for Paul. And basically, like he said on the phone when he called her, I just wanted to show you that we can get to him at any time. So, I still, you already know the answers, but I am still holding out hope that Paul, especially now that she read the baby stuff to Lizzie, I can't imagine Paul, again, taking out a family member through somebody else, despite all of her, just anger towards Tommy. I feel like she is a woman who will handle it her way on her terms and not on somebody else's. I still think, and again, I'm probably wildly wrong, but I'm just giving you what's in my head. I still believe that Paul did not fully turn on Tommy, but there's a plan that's going to come into play. The way they left this episode off, I'm assuming we're going to get something that will tell me right or wrong, or you're kind of in the middle. Which is it's probably black and white. It's probably no gray in this, but at least Well, I'll say I'm totally biased towards Paul because I like Paul. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Arthur, man, when he flipped the table and, put the gun up to her, I was like, oh, he's done with this. It's going to be, it's going to be light out for her. But thankfully, she mentioned it. And I still don't blame her for having this anger towards Arthur.
No.
Yeah.
Or even putting Arthur in that situation. I don't blame her at all. Because we actually got to see exactly what happened. So, and let's not forget Arthur, at that time when she came into the bar with the gun to pull on him, Arthur was accepting. Like, all right, just kind of do it, right? I still kind of believe that maybe one day, if that were to happen again with him and her, he'd be in the same situation of, all right, fair. But now that happened, I'm sure that's off the table. Because
he gave her one chance.
Yeah, he would have gave her probably another chance, but now after this, no more chances. Which we saw because he kicked her out of the house and was going to give it to Finn. It's interesting. Finn's character now is starting to kind of we're getting those early stages of, him still kind of slightly being innocent for Shelby, right? So it's interesting to see that arc. Are we going to see a full arc where, he starts off moderately innocent, going into kind of like a Michael, and then eventually going like a John and Arthur, or maybe even Tommy. So that story arc of Finn's is going to be really interesting as we progress forward. The bombshell on Lizzie. I'm assuming Paul is never wrong with this stuff, so I'm just going to assume that Lizzie is pregnant right now, and then that's what she meant by future baby in the tea leaves. So that whole thing now with Tommy and Lizzie, I don't even know what to think of it. We had May come back into the story. Luckily, things kind of played out okay there. No,
Keep going. I got
no hookups yet. I want to assume she's safe now because she's back on the boat. I know I'm missing some other stuff, but overall, all the actors, everyone involved with this episode or even the series has been knocking it out of the park. I love the layers that Steven is doing throughout these episodes. Some, if you have a problem with it and you say something is fast-paced, hey, get it. I'm not going to argue it, but I'm enjoying what they're doing with this season. And again, it seems like every single episode we have like coming in with this many layers, then we exit with this many layers, but nothing getting kind of resolved. But I am starting to wonder, because now we're going on, this was episode 4, so now we're going on episode 5 and 6. So I assume now the Italian business here with the Shelbys has got to pick up, because I feel like they've been here, but a lot of focus has been our characters in this, but the Italians have been kind of like on the edge. But now I got to assume that episode 5 and 6, it's like full push on the Italians now.
Well, and that's the interesting thing about Luca and the Italians versus the other villains we've had. Like, look, we all despised Campbell. He had to go. We absolutely despised, despite he was our grandsire. We despised
he was
the
our
priest,
grandsire.
and he had to go. Luca, look,
it's family business.
Took out John, but they only took out John because of what the Shelbys did. Luca's not necessarily this like evil, dastardly villain who we just absolutely hate. He's a lot different, which I love. And so to add to the complexity for the season, they made the Shelby family kind of on a rocky setting there, and they're not too sure of themselves. Are they turning on each other? We don't know. So I really like what they've done, because it would have been easy and lazy writing, I think, to just have another villain and let's just make him worse. Let's have him go around and kick puppies or something.
Well,
how terrible would it have been?
I have some thoughts more about the Italians, but I want to see how these last 2 episodes play out before I really speak too early.
Just because so far, Luca's a bad guy from our standpoint, but from the other standpoint, he's just doing eye for an eye. So it's an interesting villain this season, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah, the one thing that I didn't even think of until you brought up the tea leaves again, Dave, was that if Paul was planning on, when she said, you can assume that she knew Lizzie was pregnant by Tommy, right? And she was just too casual about being, oh, by the way, you're pregnant. Like if she knew she was working to take out Tommy, you know what I'm saying? Like there would have been some guilt there, like, oh, by the way, you're pregnant, but
and then they would have had a scene with her.
But the dad is,
yeah.
he's, I'm working on getting him 86th for my own benefit. So
yeah, that's
she was too casual about.
Yeah, the second that she said switch off of whiskey to stout,
and I
that's when
didn't
was like,
think about it until you were
then,
talking about it because
pregnancy.
on the flip side of that though, Tommy does have a son that she knows about it, but right here,
make sure Tommy keeps that Friday free.
So she's going to go, hey, by the way, I know you're pregnant, but make sure Tommy keeps this Friday free so we can take him out. No. You're pregnant. Make sure Tommy keeps this Friday free
I have an
because
appointment.
we have to set up what comes next.
Well, and she drives that point home more than she ever has. Keep that day open.
Oh.
She's really pushing it.
It's like a show that was popular that some of you have seen that we have not all seen, where a certain scene happened that had to happen the way it happened.
How are they going to know? That could be
God, you sound like my dad. You know that actor. He's in that movie.
The second this camera goes off, and Dave will know about the scene where things happened the way they happened because it had to happen that way. They know.
Are you saying, correct me here, I might have misheard you. Are you saying yes, you. Well, maybe you. It was both one of you. Yeah. Are you saying that she was pressing to keep the Friday open because of the whole baby?
No, I'm just saying in Paul's delivery in this scene, she really kept pressing, keep the Friday open, keep that appointment. Like, it seemed to be almost more than what she would normally do if Tommy just had an appointment.
Well, remember, she just had a phone call from Luca saying, you deliver Tommy or we're taking your son.
Right.
She black-starred.
The Friday is the setup day.
Yeah, Friday's the setup.
No, I know that. No,
Okay.
I get that. I'm just saying the way that Paul delivered it to Lizzie, she really hammered home, keep Friday open. Like almost to the point where you think Lizzie would be suspicious. Like, why is
she's
she
not going to
freaking
be
out?
because
Like,
she's
why
been
is she
drinking.
freaking out?
Like she had a quarter of
the fifth.
whiskey.
Right.
So, okay.
No, that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
She also said, I have an appointment for him.
Yeah.
So that could also be a tell to Tommy about impending age.
And of course, the way she's been in the last couple episodes, she is zero fuck around. It's when I'm saying something, I'm meaning it for the most part. So
yeah, it's wild.
I don't know.
You're going to be like,
hey, we got explosions coming for this last 2 episodes of season 4 of Peaky Blinders, and we are definitely here for it. So hopefully you are too. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.